Hello, hope you're doing good. Welcome to a new YouTube video. This time it's gonna be 5 business lessons that I've learned after making my first $5,000 online. Right, so I first started with the YouTube automation, and I think I did like more than 3 months. Right, I took a program, it cost me $600, and I think a little bit more than 3 months, and I was getting like 11 views in the whole 3 months. That looks bad, really bad. And then I went into affiliate marketing. I had a couple of fails, and I made my first $1,000 with affiliate marketing. And I had a client who asked me, affiliate marketing asked me like, "Hey, can you teach me how you made your first $1,000 with affiliate marketing?" I showed him, and I got my first 8 clients with 35 calls per month on 4 months, and in total 5 months of coaching. So first month I had 4 calls. Second month I got 35 or 30, I think 30 along those lines. And then I got my first 8 clients the first month. And after this, I went to coaching coaches, right? So I didn't want to stay in affiliate marketing, so I went to coaching coaches. And so like in the first couple of months, accumulated, well, a little bit more actually. The first 6 to 8 months, accumulated in the coaching. I made my first $5,000. And here is going to be the business lessons after making in those after making my first $5,000 online. Couple of stages, right? So the first thing is, so I did it with coaching. It's going to be about like business, life, and coaching. The first thing what you want to do is you need to plan the offer before selling it, right? Plan the offer before building it, and sell it before you build it, right? This is one mistake a lot of beginners do, and I did this mistake, luckily, because I was like on Instagram and I saw a video breaking this down. There was a guy saying, "Don't build your offer before you sell it." Right? Plan it first and then sell it. And then he explained the whole thing. I was like, that's a smart move, because I had my task planned, and I was like 2-3 days about like 2-3 days to start building my offer. And when I start building my offer, for me it was like all in, right? I go build my offer. It's like in 2 weeks maximum. 1 week it's done, right? All the videos, the PDFs, the systems, the operational, all that sort of stuff, right? But like. And for me, 1 week, 2 weeks was done. But then essentially you miss like 1 to 2 weeks in lead generation, content creation, and charter clients. But it's not really about that. It's more about when you build the offer before selling it, you're not sure if it's going to sell. And then you sell it, and it doesn't work. And then you see, okay, well, my offer doesn't work. I have to change it. And you waste so much time into building something that's not going to sell. Well, if you plan it before, right, literally you just take paper, like take a notepad, and you just write down your offer, right? So, for example, there's going to be, so what are all the things that I can do, right? One thing you want to do is that, like, I learned from a book called Sell Like Crazy, which is right here. This one, Sabri Subi. And essentially what I learned in that book is that you want to write down on a paper every single thing that we're going to make an amazing offer, even things you cannot deliver, right? Every single thing, right? As like, for example, social media managers, and like a whole content creation template. It's not that hard, but for example, like I remember I put it like 4 coaching calls every day, and then content review, and then like even things you cannot deliver and things you don't know, right? All those sort of things, right? Things you get like things you don't have time, right? Every single thing. And then what you want to do is like circle the things that you want, that you can, and all the other things that you cannot do. Circle the things that you circle. You're going to write them on the other paper. These are the things you're going to deliver, and the things you cannot do is going to look, how can I deliver them other way? You can hire someone. Maybe you can have like another system of how to do it. You can use AI nowadays, and maybe these are just the next steps to learn for you to make a better offer. Like better offer makes close, so you get more clients because you close easier, faster, and you try to build clients. Because, for example, some clients are going to be attracted by a personal brand, other by your offer. They're looking about that outcome, and they're looking through a couple of profiles. So they're like, okay, so because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm about to take on a coaching, and I want this outcome. I'm looking at, okay, so I'm looking at like, okay, so what does this person do? What is their promise, their offer? What is the testimonials? What does this person do? What does this person do? And I'm going to compare, right? So, okay, this person, I see they get this outcome in that amount of time. They have this testimonials, they get this. This one has a better offer. maybe this one tells me like I'm gonna get to that outcome in that amount of time, but this other guy gives me more things as like content review, content templates, and AI automation and stuff like this, right? So essentially, you want to look at like you want to make a better offer. It's going to get you more clients. Now you plan it, so you write it down. So for example, phase one is going to be this, right? For me, I know that for me, phase one is battle plan call. Then phase two is going to be this. Phase three is going to be this. You don't want to go over like phase 5 to 6. I don't go over phase 5 when I break down sales calls. That is too long. When you break down an offer, it should be like 2 to 5 minutes maximum, because then it's going to get too boring. You go through phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, and then you have like to plan your offer. Now you start to sell it. You get on sales calls, and then after this you showcase your offer, and if they buy it, good. You know that your offer is selling. You get your first 3 to 5 clients, and then you go into and go ahead to deliver. And now, how do you do it if you haven't built it yet, right? Well, what you do is you tell them, we're going to get your first client on Monday, or the sales call. If not, you don't have sales calls are coming, and you know that your next sales call is like in 2 weeks. You're not in the right situation right now, right? So you can't really do this, right? So what you want to do is just tell them, okay, so you can just tell them the same thing. But it's like you're not going to be able to wait to get all the clients. But if, for example, you have like your sales call on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you have sales call or every day of the week, you enroll your first client on Monday, or any day in the week, you can tell them like the coaching is going to start in 7 days, right? So until then, we're going to have a couple of coaching calls here to like get them started, right? Get them a couple of feedbacks, couple like values that they are still like nurtured by you, so they're still like a happy customer somewhat until it starts. But essentially, then on the 7 days, it starts, right? And you tell them you're gonna wait 7 days. We're gonna wait 7 days until the coaching, like the 3 months of the coaching gonna start, and they're gonna be fine with that. They're gonna be fine with that. And then what you want to do is you start to build the offers. You start to build like the first phase, and the second phase, and the third phase, right? And you have the coaching calls, right? In the beginning, it's going to be like you're going to have to somewhat like build it at the same time as you are delivering it, right? You just like build for the next week, as you build this week for the next week, and then you do all the other work, right? Like lead generation, content creation, and then you build for next week, right? And go ahead like this, boom, 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 until now the whole offer is planned, is done. And now what you can do, so if you have the opportunity to like lay it all out, right, all at once, right, and you know that you offer sales, fine, do it, right? But if you don't have the time, this is what you want to do. And then what you want to do is you can pimp it. Afterwards, you can like improve it and add systems. Like you do want to add systems and like, for example, like AI automation, stuff like this, right? But essentially then like really like having the course laid out and like having this link right here brings you to this ChatGPT link, and this gives this prompt, stuff like this. Really things like really clean. You can do this afterwards. First 5 to 10 clients, it doesn't really matter for like having such a rigorous thing. Especially they can come just send you a DM and just tell you, hey, yes, I don't find the ChatGPT prompt. Okay, there you go. I have it on my notes. I send it 10 minutes. There you go. First thing, that's what you want to do. Then if your offer doesn't sell, what you do is you ask them the sales call, you tweak yourself, so what you think is missing, and then you tweak the offer, change it, and then you can go ahead and sell again. Now, and usually this process goes from like, if you know your audience, you can have directly. I personally had an offer who sold directly, right? Who was the right offer. First time I planned it, it sold directly. But usually, if you make mistakes, you feel like not mistakes. If you don't really know what your audience wants, and it's going to take you 1 or 2 tries maximum. If it takes you more than 2 times to try, then it's because you're not really analyzing the audience and analyzing what the problem is. But essentially, then when you replan the offer and you sell it again, and once it sells, then you can go ahead and build the offer. Now, for the second lesson, I just want to talk to one person, solve one problem, get them one outcome with one specific way, right? So one method. So one. The reason is that, for example, I help coaches scale to $5,000 per month with content creation. I can also help copywriters with outbounds. I can also help like agency owners with the content creation, right? So I can help other people. But it's not the way to go, right? If I start to help all those other people, you're going to see this as like, oh, he's helping this and that person, but he's more he's not like such a professional, right? As like if you have one person who's dedicated to one specific type of person, you're willing to pay more for that person, and especially it's going to be easier. For you, it's going to be easier to convert those clients since they see you more as a professional, right? So also, especially in your content, right? When you're talk to agency owners and coaches, for example, one thing that they have difference is that their price, their the type of the offer. Agency is a retainer, coaching is a one-time payment, and I was like, and now you have like, so the service is different. As like agencies sometimes they delegate it, or they do it all themselves. As like they have to then like do every single time. Or like if they do agency, it's a copywriting agency or editing agency. Well, now they have to edit the content every single time. While in comparison to coaches, they are more taking coaching calls and giving them a course. So like I saw like a course with like all the videos on it, and it has some systems in there. Essentially, they're teaching you something, they're coaching you on something. So that's a different offer. And now when you're breaking down the content, it's going to be you're not really going to talk to one specific person, and this one you're not going to track them as well. For example, like an agency, if you don't talk to an agency owner specifically or to coach specifically, well, both of them are not going to look at the content. Essentially, it's going to be harder for you to close clients, right? So this is a lesson that like everybody makes as a beginner, right? And the reason is because they're so much scared of like to not like get clients. So then essentially they do the wrong move, right? Of like not getting like not dialing down on one client, right? So maybe there's not a lot of like clients, so I'm going to talk to this person, that person, so that then essentially I can get a lot of clients. I make sure I get a lot of clients. But that's actually you're not going to get any clients like this. And you move like it's just moving out of that fear. But when you actually just think rationally about it, you can see that like no matter what your first best move to do is to just think consciously about it. Like even if you like, is this the right? Is like following this fear the right move? And if I don't find the answer, maybe I can search. And number two is going to be to so like you just have to think. And number two is like you can just look also at what other people do. As like I remember the way I learned it is like I had saw some couple of content saying like you want to focus on one person or focus on one target audience. And it was like at the beginning I was like, yeah, but what if I don't get those clients? Well, then what I did is I went to Instagram on an Instagram and I looked at like those big followers account. I was like 500,000, 1 million followers, 300,000, 50,000. Like they all had like enormous following, but they were always talking about one person. Right? So like I help coaches, I help copywriters, I help, for example, I help the bodybuilders. I help this one specific person solve this problem, get this outcome with this method in this amount of time without this sacrifice. These are the whole TMS, the whole transformational marketing sentence, the target marketing sentence. But essentially, it's they talk always about one person on one problem, giving them one outcome with one method. And so then I saw like, okay, if they are doing this, then this works, and this is what I have to do. If they are doing they're big and they're doing this, me still small, I have to like if they're doing this with like that big following, me with a small following, I'm gonna have to do this. Right? This is the right way to go. Number three is 90 to 95% of your tasks should be for lead generation and making money activities until you hit like $80,000. Because then when you hit $80,000, you can like improve your offer. You have some hires. You have like so like really dial into like making, for example, a website. Now I know like the big like I took already coaching at $10,000, and they had a website dedicated to this. Like it wasn't like a school community. It wasn't a Kajabi. It wasn't a Google Doc or Google form or something like this, or was a Google site. No, it was a real website, website they built from scratch. On the link even on top, usually there's like HTTP / the 3W point, the name of the platform, and then the name of the course. So for example, school.com or something like this, and then OBA, Online Business Accelerator. Now there was like just HTTP double point / 3W point Online Business Accelerator point. I think no point at the end. But there's like little literally had a website for this. So the first thing you want to do is focus on those lead generation activities, right? You have the offers down, you have the deliveries down, you have like, your clients are getting results. Okay, this one matters the most. I can focus on content creation, DM conversation, hiring, sales calls, improving the system, right? And you get to $80,000 per month, or $80,000 a year. One of those two. I think it's $8,000 per month. But essentially, I'm not there yet, so I don't really know. But once you get to a good amount, it's like start to get someone. It's it's like a system. It gets automatic, right? Then you can start to look at other tasks, right? You're also going to face some other problems, like your website breaks down, your email breaks down, your let's say the platform that you were doing emails on is like banning you. I had one time I had my first 20 emails, so I was like doing affiliate marketing was my first thing, first business on affiliate marketing was on Pinterest, and then the post with for me, I was like, I didn't know it was a thing back then. I was like just like, okay, I know the system is like, so I learned the system. It was I get emails and I send emails to convert them. Right? I had some like in affiliate marketing on like ClickBank and Digistore24. They give you email templates to send. So my idea was like, okay, I'm gonna get emails and I'm gonna send those same templates with a couple one of mine. So like I'm gonna nourish them with mine. It's like I was doing in fitness. I was like to nourish them was my value on fitness. I was like, here's what you want to do if you want to get a six pack, boom, 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 boom. And then I was going to sell them with emails that I got from the Digistore24. Essentially the business gives you templates and gives you elements they can use. It's easier for you. So like it's assets, it's online assets, right? That you can use. So my idea was like, I'm going to get emails and then send them emails, send them the emails and convert them like this. And so I did the post on Pinterest where it was like, you get this freebie, right? For me, I don't know, it was like lead magnet. For me, it was just like, okay, how do I get emails? Where the best thing is like, I give them something for free. I give them something they're gonna get. Like, if you just tell them, hey, can I get you emails? They're not gonna come. But if I have like someone of like a magnet, something's gonna attract them. Well, then they're gonna give me the emails. They're gonna get the free thing. So I saw that there was also a free thing on the Digistore24. I didn't have ClickBank. I'm in France. I don't have ClickBank. I used Digistore24. Apparently, ClickBank is better than Digistore24. I'm not sure about this. But I was in Digistore24. I had like a free stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put it on my landing pages on ConvertKit. I put it on my landing page on ConvertKit. I promote the free thing. I put it on the first email. And I was like, schedule a couple of emails afterwards. And then I want to I get to like 20 subscribers. And I want to change platform. I want to go from ConvertKit to Aweber, I think it was. Aweber or Answer Public, something like this, Answer Email. One of those two, right? And so then I was like, okay, I'm gonna recover those emails, those subscribers. And I knew that you can switch them. I think you also want to know now what I know. I did it from going from Podia.com for this business, for this coaching business, from Podia.com to Wix. Now I'm using Wix, and essentially just like download I think it's called VSC or something like this. You download the file with all emails. You send it back to other platform. Other platform downloads. Then you have all the emails on it. But essentially, I wanted to do this, but I didn't know how to do it. So I sent an email to the platform. I said, hey, I'm an affiliate marketer, and I like to recover the emails. But they don't like affiliate marketers. Like ConvertKit doesn't want to it's like some people who do affiliate marketing, they do somewhat random things, right? And do like for example, entertains affiliates. Some of them post videos that are completely out of context, right? For example, I don't know, there's like sometimes where like in those type of videos are like I probably entertained had some problem on it. Right, there were like people just cut it out of context, and now he's he's saying, for example, I rape women, but it's not the whole back end of what was talked about and what he said, and then later on here and there, right? So essentially now it's like just I rape women out of context. Like now the same thing you can do with me, but essentially it's like it's some affiliate marketers are doing a great job. Some affiliate marketers are doing some random things, and so now what you want to do. So that's what I didn't like to affiliate marketers. And so now I said like, hey, I'm an affiliate marketers, I'm affiliate marketer. I like to recover these emails And then said why. I was like, yeah, they're gonna see it. I just like to record those emails, like know how to do it. And then they blocked my account. I lost all my emails, all my landing pages, all my emails, templates, everything. I didn't wrote it down though. Those emails that I did, I just sent them on the ConvertKit, and I just lost everything. And I remember it was like at 7 or 8 p.m. and I lost everything. I know it was 6 p.m. on like a random Tuesday, something like this. And I was like, I lost everything. I was like, wow. For me, it was fun. For me, it was like, wow, first big experience, because I knew that like business owners had some of those problems, like thing crashes or something, and but for me, it makes no sense. It's like, because I didn't have those like Dell, and I didn't have like use those software at that such big scale. Like for me, back then, when I was just getting started, it was like even before that, I was like, I read books, I play little tiny bit of video games with friends. The only way I was like, I play like probably twice a month with friends. The only reason why I was using my like electronics back then was like for me to like watch some YouTube videos on basketball, and then I think that was it. That was it. And you watch some mixtapes, basketball mixtapes, and watch some NBA edits mix when they put a sound and music behind. That was super cool. And that's for me. That was it. It was like I knew there was like, and then I started to watch like entrepreneurship videos and all sorts of stuff. But for me, it was like, what type of problem can I face? I mean, it's like 1 and 0, right? Like those numbers were 1 and 0. Where here it works because 1, here it works like this because 0, here it works like this because 1. Okay, cool. There should be no problem. It's like a new email that makes the new emails go here, and it's fine. Essentially, right there, I got banned. I lost everything. Then another time I saw a Facebook thing where the email didn't send it away. Like I remember I pressed schedule that time, send it that time, and essentially send it like it didn't send it. Another time send it in the morning. Another time like it's stuff like that. Because essentially the email, if you send it at like 5 p.m., it's not the same thing as content. Not really, but if you send it at 5 p.m. for example, and your audience is awake at like 5 a.m. so at your time, well, on the 5 p.m. is gonna be go push down on the so push down because all the other emails are gonna come, and now they're not gonna see your emails. So it's gonna have no open rate, and now you're gonna have no results from it. So what I did is like I worked until like 2 a.m. to like go on another platform and redo all the posts. Right, so recover the landing pages. I redid the landing pages. I redid the emails. I redid the post. I prepared the strategy for the lead magnet, and I got everything. So at 6 p.m. I got a problem. Then I went to eat with my parents. Then I got back up at 8 p.m. and I worked until 2 a.m. And then it was like, for me it was like, yeah, first big experience of like business. Right, for me it was like, I had a great time with that. Then I went to the gym at 3 a.m. There was some dude who was like, I thought I would be alone. There was one dude, and that same dude, he was like, yeah, I just like to go at that time, and then like, there's nobody. Okay, cool. Like I said, when do you sleep? Well, I'll sleep afterwards. Okay, well, what do you do with dating? And he was like, well, I'll sleep until 12 a.m. 12 p.m. For me, that was also like a bit weird because back then I used to. So like for me, it was like I was asleep at 10 p.m. and I wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m. So like because I have a whole day for me. But essentially, like you just sleep, you can just push it around, and you still have the same hours. So that's the thing. That's the thing. Like you, what was I talking about? Exactly. Afterwards, you're gonna face some couple of problems because then you get to a bigger scale. Right. And then another thing is your personal life. I did a little note. Your personal life reflects on your business, right? And so the actual phrase is, your personal life problems will affect on your business. So, for example, if you're not confident with yourself, and telling the price on the sales call is going to reflect on the sales call. They say, well, the price is $3,000. I mean, if you understand it as $3,000, and then you start talking about it, and you talk yourself out of it, right? When you say your price, you just say the price, and you're done, right? You don't say anything until they say something. I had one client who he didn't want to call. It's like, so what I used to do was, so first time I got a sales call, I said the price, and every single time I wouldn't until they said nothing, right? So I already had this like, I was already doing this, right, since from the start, right? Because for me, I don't see what else to say. So I just said it and boom. And one time I said something. I had one client, he's Italian, and I tell him the price, and I think it's good. He knew this, that like you say the price and he said nothing. So I was like, you expect me to say the price and say nothing. So I said the price, I say nothing. We wait probably like this for like 2 3 minutes, like 2 3 real minutes, right? Sometimes I looked at the clock, it was like 1 p.m. I got to 1 p.m. point 1, 1 p.m. point 2, 1 p.m. point 3. So I was like, okay, so maybe it's like essentially it's like I should have said something, right? Because he's gonna talk. But I said something. I was like, okay, so what exactly? Hold on, I'm gonna just. Before it loses battery, it dies. Essentially, I said, okay, well, what do you think about the price, or something along those lines? And essentially, because he did it on purpose, well, then it didn't have such a big effect that I talked, right, something, or I'd say something, because then I still closed the client. But essentially, I said something, right? And like you don't want to say something. You just want to say the price and say nothing. You just talk. Anything you're gonna say is you're gonna be talking yourself out of it. Now afterwards, that same client, I met him again. I went to Italy to vacation. So he told me like, "Oh, hey, well, come visit me, right?" So on the way, I said, "Okay, cool. I'll come visit you." And I come visit him, right? And he still like he owed me. So he paid in total like $100, I think, the $200, and so the payment was like $4,000. And so I told him, so you still owe me $3,800, and also I had a hard time working with you. So like, no wait time where you want to go. So I had a somewhat of a hard time working with him. Right? So sometimes he had like it was a job, and then he had school. But also then when he had time to work on things, it wasn't like as efficient as moving forward as you can. Even though I think it's because he was still building himself up as me, like just me when I was like starting my business. It wasn't really like him dirty like shit because I was doing basketball and it wasn't really shifting like boom, okay, boom, right now I like fully in dial in. You know, like still went out to like do basketball, like went out to play basketball. I still like wasn't that focused, right? And he was a great person, like really kind, really had a fun time with him. I went to his town, and he was an ice maker. He did the best ice I've ever tasted in my life. I remember, so I get there, I sit down, so I take a coffee. We meet at his coffee shop. Put down the thing, so I put down my stuff. We go walk a little bit. We come back. I take my first ice from his shop. I take it. I sit down. I just take it. I just fall on the chair. I just cannot move from the chair. It's like it was just so good. Because I didn't went to Rome. I didn't went to Naples. I then went to like a couple of cities around in Italy that were pretty known for like ice and all that sort of stuff. But still, like nothing was compared to this. Like I went to Lebanon. Lebanon has amazing ice. I went to America. America is like just sugar with some cream. But I went to Germany. They're also known for some ices like spaghetti ice. I went to I did travel. I went to Spain. I did travel to like some. I did travel to I knew how to have some couple of experiences, right? But that ice was the best ice I've ever tasted in my life. Probably will be until yeah. I remember I went to a couple like back then, like early from back then. I went to a couple like probably 3, 4, 5 stars restaurant where I ate ice like in my life where I ate ice, right? And it still wasn't comparable to that, right? That was like unmatched. But then after this, we got a call around like our just the situation of like the deal that we made, about the business deal that we made, the contract, and then he still owed me $3,800, and so I just told him, yeah, this is the price, like, so this is how it is. You owe me that amount of money, bam, 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 and we were face to face, right? I had a small thought about like, not this time, I'm not gonna lose this time. Since she was like, I was like, so this is what it is, so this like, I'm ready to write it down. So you own still like the payment is still to do is $3,800, and here's what you want to do. Here's what we made. Here's what you did. Here's the action you had to take, and here's what you did. Right, so you can see the comparison, and boom, 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 boom. and like no, so no now. So after this is what I said afterwards. I like to know where you want to go from there. And I just said the price. And I looked at him, right, and I just looked away and I just like looked around and it's like waiting for him to answer. And that time, and then afterwards, he was the first one to talk. Right, I didn't want him about to lose second time. Right, it's like because now I knew it. So like now I knew that like he was doing this purposely to like because he knew that thing. So now it's like not this time. This like also is like for example, if you are not hardworking, then your business is going to suffer from this. You're not going to get any leads, and you want to essentially want to become the person who works hard before. So like, that's one thing. Essentially, you want to become the person, and then your business is going to scale. But essentially, some people they scale and they are not the person, and then their employees suffer from it, their business suffer from it, that they suffer from it, their lives suffer from it. Right? So you want to become the person first, and then so you want to make sure you understand, and then you want to actually you're going to become if you do the work right properly, you're going to become the person and scale, and you're going to it's essentially you're going to face some things. It's like now it's time to work hard on this, it's time to focus more, time to do this one, and essentially you're going to rise up to the occasion, right? But what you want to do is like you want to become the person. This is one thing I have a rule for myself. You want to become the person before you hire, because then you take responsibility of those people. Right? They're paying their family, they're paying their food, they're paying their kids with this. And if you are not the person, well, then your business is not making the money. And if you're not making the money, well, then you cannot pay your employees, right? Or you're going to have to take on debt. So either you're hurting yourself or them. So first you want to become the person. Now, of course, you're going to face some problems, right? But if you are the person, you're going to be able to handle the problems, right? Now, the last lesson is last lesson I learned is like to get more clients easier, faster, is you want to build a personal brand. That's why everybody's talking about personal brand. Because what it used to be back then is like here's my offer, right? And here is I help this person, and it was like not real emotional involved. It was more logical selling. Now it's more both, right? Some people do only emotional selling as like a personal brand. Other people do both, right? And the people who do both get the most clients. Of course, you want to do both, right? Because if you just do emotional, here's the thing: if you just do emotional selling, then the person is going to come. So they're going to come to the offer. It's like no one not going to get everybody. Then it's only going to work for a specific amount of target of audience. As like if, for example, I don't buy from emotional selling, from emotional, right? I buy from logical standpoint. Then I also can like the emotional thing can like make me pay attention. But this is where then after this, if it's not like you don't have a logical reason, then I don't buy it. This is why you want to mix both. As like someone who's more like who's going to more buy from emotional standpoint. As like, oh, I see he has a yacht, I'm going to buy from him, right? This is not there's limited amount of like possibilities in this. As like if you buy from an emotional standpoint, you get the client gets to sell from an emotional standpoint, and the client gets to the offer and he sees the offer and he's like he's not satisfied. He's gonna refund in 3 days. Now you just it was irrelevant. It's like now you just like not gonna get clients. Right? You get client and you refund 3 days and now you lost the client. Well, essentially, if you are selling from a logical standpoint, you're not going to be so impactful. You're not going to gather so much attention. You're not going to track. You're not going to maximize the amount of growth you can have. But you are. But essentially, it's like when you're going to get to the offer, it's like okay, well, I see I can get the outcome from this, right? So like each of them has this positive and negative, right? So each of them is not the best that they can. It's not doing the best that they can that is possible. So I don't want to choose any of those things. I want to choose like if you build a personal brand and you have the logical standpoint, now you're gonna have the best of the both worlds. Because the negative of the both worlds is the positive of the other one. So essentially, if you have like using the emotional standpoint to gather attention, to create more impact, and you use the logical standpoint to have the amazing offer that delivers the outcome. Now they're gonna go like they're gonna see you, they're gonna pay attention to you. Okay, so I see he has this, that. Okay, they pay attention. So for example, I see like, oh, I like what he's talking about. So you like your brain, you gather attention with the personal branding, with like the emotional standpoint. you gather their attention, and either they're gonna say, okay, well, this is his offer. I like this. I'm gonna get into his I'm going to go on a sales call with him and go enroll. And then you go see the offer, and they like the offer. Now you have now they're gonna stay, inside the 1 day, because emotional is gonna stay a couple of days, right? After this, at least they're gonna start thinking rationally. So now they're gonna think rationally. They see the offer is good. They're gonna be a happy customer. It's not having both world, right? Some people but this is why also you want to build a personal brand. Some people they buy something. I like the person. I like their life, right? I like what they do. I'm gonna buy the offer. Not really because of the person, not really because of the offer was so good and all that sort of stuff. Well, because of the person. So now you would have if you have both, so if you use both worlds, you have an amazing offer and you actually deliver it, and using personal brand, and you are creating content to gather this attention, whether with this using this emotional standpoint, you're gonna have the best of both worlds. You're gonna attract clients, attract and close clients easier and faster. I hope that video is useful for you, and I'll see you next time.